Email functionality received a lot of attention from Microsoft in Windows 8. And so in this video and in the following video, I want to talk about Windows 8 email. And when you first look at this, you'll kind of wonder, wait a minute, what's going on here? But first of all, understand Windows 8 email was designed based on a fair amount of research that Microsoft did, basically trying to determine how do we use email most of the time and what's important to us. And the result is the email application that we see built into Windows 8 that resides out there on that start menu. Now, keep in mind that if you don't like the Windows 8 email tool, and there's a lot of reasons not to like it, it depends on exactly what you're doing with your email. But if you just want to send out quick messages, use email functionality to share information and data, like I've already shown you in other places in the course where we talked about sharing and did some sharing demonstrations. If that's what you're looking for, you're going to love Windows 8 email. If you need other functionalities that it doesn't offer, always keep in mind you can still run Outlook on the desktop. You can still do web-based email. You can still run the various third-party email apps that are out there, okay? None of that has changed, okay? So Windows 8 email is part of that start screen environment. And the research that Microsoft did uncovered some very interesting things. Some of these aren't surprising, some are. First of all, multiple email accounts are common. Most people have more than one email account they're reading from. Next one, people receive more and more email each year, okay? At this point, you're thinking, I hope they didn't spend a lot of money for this research, right? Well, this one kind of surprised me. Folders aren't usually used to organize email, especially outside enterprises. Now, within a company, a lot of companies will use folders and they're standardized. But outside, when we start talking about individuals using their computers, most people simply don't use folders. If you do, you're an exception to the rule. Then, people expect email to be immediate. And this is one of those things about email. Nobody knows how it works outside, the techno nerds that you know and that you may be yourself, all right? But everybody else out there thinks there's some sort of magic going on, and that when they click send, it should immediately appear somewhere else, and if there's any other functionality attached, it should be working. Next, people expect their desktop email nowadays to behave like the email they've become accustomed to on their smartphones, on their little tablet devices, and so forth. So with those things in mind, Microsoft went to work on the email functionalities in Windows 8. First of all, they designed the email environment to be very fast and clutter-free. And it works great if that's your criteria. So let's just go take a look at Windows 8 email and you'll see what I'm talking about. When I click on that email tile, email opens up very quickly, and you'll notice I can see my inbox out here. I have my message pane over here, and I'm ready to go, right? Read the email, okay? Click on whatever else you'd like to see, but everything's pretty quick. I have some choices here, right? I can write some new email. I can respond to this, or I can throw it in the trash, whatever I want to do, right? So email was designed to be somewhat simplistic and to be very fast and easy to move around in, and to just get stuff done and get on with something, okay? But there are some features that are missing. You're going to hear about this and you're going to notice it. The biggest one, the Windows 8 version of email that's on that tile, on that start screen, does not support POP3. Now what's interesting is we're not even getting any hints from Microsoft that they're ever going to support POP3 out there. And that's kind of interesting, but it's the way it is. Folders. You don't have folders out there. And there's a lot of other little situations that pop up that people keep reporting saying, hey, wait a minute, I can't do this, I can't do that. Again, understand this is not designed at this point anyway to be a full-featured email functionality. It is, picture yourself holding a slate device or a tablet device, and you just want to throw an email out to someone real quickly, or you want to share something via email. That's what this application was designed to do. Now when you're setting it up, and I'm going to go out and show you in a separate video how to work with email settings, and I'll entitle that video something very clever like email settings, so go look for that. There are 3 types of email accounts that you can use, that you can read email from using the Windows 8 email application. The first one is a Windows Live account, which the rest of us know as Hotmail, Gmail, and that takes care of a really large majority of mail that's floating around out there now. And you can also think Exchange right there. Okay, now Outlook is a POP3 client, and you can have Outlook grab information, and then you can connect to Outlook and pull them in here. There are some workarounds. You can go look on the internet for that if you just have to see POP3 email in here. Now, make sure you understand this line right here. Look for many improvements and adjustments in future versions. This is one of the things Microsoft said very early on as Windows 8 progressed, that the email functionality would be improved on dramatically in the future. It's going to be adjusted and tweaked based on feedback, based on usage, and so forth. Okay, so Windows 8 email, you're either going to love it or hate it. Make sure you're thinking about what it was really designed to do, which is very quickly lets you get out there and send email messages very fast and easy.